Good morning. It's almost 8 a.m. on Friday, March 31st. I have been up since 5 because I have work to get done today and I want to get it done early. So I figured I would get up early and just like try and get it done. So I've posted a video this morning. I also, very exciting, sent out my second contract. So I now officially have two contracted clients that I am working on their websites and I'm friggin' excited. I've almost finished reaching out to everyone. I feel like it's just taking me a little longer than I expected because I'm writing up like pretty long emails for each person because I just kind of want to explain like what I can do, how I can help them, like what my recommendations are depending what they're looking for. So I have one more person to reach out to, and then I actually need to go through and put all of these clients like into a calendar today. I also am still stuck in Act 2, so I need to figure that out today. That is like the biggest goal of the day, is figure out this spot where I'm stuck in Act 2 because we need to keep going on this draft. I've also started putting together a couple designs for the first person that was contracted. I need to make a bit of a plan for the Patreon content. I think I'm gonna start uploading like a schedule of what to expect on my Patreon just so that people know kind of what's gonna be up there. And then today I am also doing planning for Camp NaNoWriMo because tomorrow's April 1st and we need to know what we're doing. So I'm gonna jump into a work meeting. I have my first work meeting with the web development place today. I'm kind of just sitting in to like see how this meeting goes. And then after this, I'm going to get into a bit of writing and then some website design. It's gonna be a good Friday.
Close your eyes, get out of your skin. All it is matters, let it in. If I could, I would be right here with you. In this world of ticking clocks, I hope I'm getting through.
It is absolutely miserable outside, to be honest. There was like a patch of sunshine today, but it is very much a rainy Pacific Northwest Sunday. And I am not upset about it. I would not have moved here if I didn't enjoy the moody, kind of damp weather. You know, obviously sometimes I do want the sun, but like I live for this weather. It makes me feel cozy. There's something like super magical about going on hikes when it's raining because the forest just feels like so quiet and you just hear the sounds of the rain. Anyways, it is Sunday. I have spent pretty much the entire weekend trying to get inspired and figure out how to finish off this draft, it has been, you know, I've had to do some reading. I kind of read through Save the Cat a bit. I tried to get myself out in nature to try and get inspired. I tried to do some just like freehand writing to try and like go through all of my options. And I think I have the ending figured out now. I just went and wrote out the last few scenes. I think there's like 10 maybe on a piece of paper. So 10 is kind of a lot of scenes, but I'm just gonna try and do them like the bare bones edition for this draft anyways. So hopefully it won't be too long. But now I'm gonna set up my Camp NaNoWriMo goals. We're a day into Camp NaNoWriMo already, but I couldn't really do anything until I figured out what the heck was happening with this book. But now we are officially ready to set up the Camp NaNoWriMo goals. I'm also thinking that for Camp NaNoWriMo, my goals are probably going to be achieved through a mix of writing as well as revising. So I'm not only going to count words that I've written into this draft, but I'm also going to count words that I have revised in this draft. So because of that, I just want to let you all know that my word count is going to seem very, very high, like my word count goal for Camp NaNoWriMo this year. And it's only going to seem that high because revising is going to go a lot quicker than what drafting is. At least from my experience so far, that's what happens. It's easier to revise, you know, 3 chapters in a sitting than it is to draft those 3 chapters in one sitting. The next couple days I'm going to dedicate entirely, besides work and stuff of course, to finishing off the draft. My guess is that we have anywhere between 10,000 to 20,000 words. I'm hoping closer to 10,000 we can get it done. If I do like 1,000 words per scene, that is perfect for me. I need to fill out a lot later anyways, and I know that. And then we could finish it before 80,000 words, which would be wonderful. So I'm gonna get that 10 to 20,000 done as quickly as possible, add that to my word count goal, and then I'll print off the manuscript, and I'll have to take a couple days to read through the entire thing and make notes and start to put together a revisions plan. And then once I have that done, I'm gonna start revising. So that's the plan. I've got my Camp NaNoWriMo tracker set up now and we're ready to go. I do have my landlord coming to show my unit in about, that was a very Canadian about, sometime over the next hour and a half or so. Someone is supposed to come and see my unit, so I'm gonna get as much writing done as I can before that, and then after they're done, I'm gonna keep on writing as much as I can. I have yoga tonight. I'm trying to get back into yoga and kind of like gentle movement because lately I've been struggling quite a bit with taking care of my mobility and flexibility and just stress in general. So I'm trying to get back into yoga. I'm basically doing a yoga challenge for the next month because I signed up for like an intro month at a yoga studio here that includes 4 classes per week, which is 4 classes more per week than I usually do. So we're about to like dive headfirst into yoga, and I feel like it's going to be super beneficial this month as I try to plow through the revisions of Between the Waves. I'm going to do some writing, switch my laundry, and then I will check in with you later.
Close your eyes. Do you feel the same? Only thing that matters without change. I will let you into my mind's dream. The color that falling tears that have been long asleep. The lights are out and heaven's open. We can be everything we want. Oh, stop the clocks, the bees are humming in between the contrasts of our souls. Oh,
Yeah? Okay. I've just gone and written out basically the web development projects that I have coming up. Oh no. Luna's water bowl is under the camera. I have this like full month calendar that I can kind of look in advance if I want to as well. This is going to be wildly helpful for web development projects because technically I have multiple web development projects, but because people sign contracts at different times, websites get started at different times, they're staggered depending on their start time and also what part of the process they're in. So I basically highlighted a line of each day and carried it over to kind of outline when each project is due and to kind of show visually like what time period that project is being worked on. And then I've also written in black erasable pen because timelines can change. I've written what part of the process is due. So like the first design option is due to be sent out today. The first revision is due to be sent out today, for example. So I've gone and written that out so that I can kind of start to stay organized with that. I've also realized that I think the time period that I'm offering is maybe a little too short. Currently it's around a 2-week turnaround time. For some of the projects that I'm working on, that's totally fine. For others, it's not. It's way too short. especially if I have multiple clients going on at one point, and I'm also working at another web development contract, and I also currently have an email marketing contract going on as well. It's a little busy and I need to figure out how to organize myself. The next thing that I want to add on here, which I'm gonna wait because I need new markers. All the other markers that I have are fine point, so I can't do like a big highlight with it. But what I want to add at the bottom of each of these kind of days, I guess, is I want to add a timeline for writing. Like I want to also fill in my publishing timeline, because at the end of this year there will be a project getting published, and then at the beginning of next year is when I start to publish Between the Waves. So I want to at least fill out the rest of this year with a publishing timeline, and then fill in specific dates and stuff with an erasable pen just in case they change. I don't know what you're eating off the floor, but it's definitely not edible. This is why you get stomach aches. Did you know that? I want to add writing projects as well, which are also in different phases. Like one is in first drafting phase. It's a very short project though, so I think it'll be okay. But nonetheless, it's going to be released this year, so I need to have that in here. I need the Between the Waves timeline, and then I also want a timeline for a standalone novel that I want to be working on. And the standalone novel is one that I think I'm gonna query, just because I think it's very traditional publishing friendly, you know? So that's 3 writing projects that I also want to add to this calendar, and I'll probably put them like in the bottom 3 lines of the calendar so that they're kind of separate from the web development projects. So we're trying to get organized. Also some good news, last night / yesterday was Sunday, and I ended up figuring out a ton about Between the Waves. I think I updated you, but I have a ton of scenes to write. I also have potential for a prologue that I want to write just to kind of make some things a bit clear and set up some backstory. We're like 2 to 3 scenes away from being at the end of Act 2 and getting to the Dark Night of the Soul, and that's the part, like I mentioned, where I start to go really quickly because I know what's going on and there's action and it's the climax and things are exciting. So I usually blow through that part, and we're basically at that part, and I no longer have the barrier of not knowing what's going on because I figured it out. There are still so many kinks to work through, but I feel really, really good for where I am right now. So that's the update. I need to start actually writing for Camp NaNoWriMo this month. So that's what's going on. I feel really great this week. I started that bigger web development contract today. I'm so stoked that I got through the kind of writer's block that I was having with the story. Things are exciting. I went to yoga today. I have hoop tonight. Life is good. So thank you all for watching this video that's been absolutely all over the place. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you want me to show in my videos or you want me to talk about besides the Q&A, which I will be doing today at some point while I vlog. But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.